We came here from their fjord.
Command the Royal Guard in your absence.
Ah, it's you. I've heard lots about you, no?
Dearest sister, how does the throne room suit you today? Don't you think our receptions under Adrian come rather?
I have arrived, Your Highness.
Yes. First order of business? I gave the order to release you not out of mercy or any misguided belief in your innocence. You've been released because I find myself in need of a capable agent.
Oh, Your Highness. Your words are like the lilting of a lute in my ears.
Listen to me closely now, and no interruptions. Whilst my poison-struck father remains incapacitated, I must bear the weighty burden of the crown as keeper of the Kingdom of Nostria. A few days ago, a calamity occurred at the Monpatri Mage Factory. Several people died. My subjects. Since then, I haven't learned a single true thing about the incident. The mages are searching for signs of necromancy, while Montier claims it's an act of sabotage by the Artisanians. The lowborn are milling about in a panic, spreading wild rumors on the wind like grain for hens. The Royal Guard tarries. Even the acclaimed spies of the Adepts of Darkness can give me no straight answer. Thus I, Prince Adrian, heir to Nostria by the grace of the Creator, command you to carry out an investigation. But do not forget, until this task has been fulfilled to my satisfaction, you will not truly be free. Go. Perform this deed with full royal backing. Uncover the truth of what happened at the Mage Factory. There are people camped near Marcella. They call themselves Monpatri refugees. Start with them, and do not rest until you find out the true cause of the catastrophe.
Who's that? There you are, my dearest friend. Let's not waste words.
Dearest friend, you say? But never mind. Pray continue, Count.
Those murderers and villains trampled on Nostria's honor when they donned the uniform of our guards and attacked you. In broad daylight, in an impregnable fortress. Oh, Creator. Outrageous, unspeakable, impossible. But my resilient friend never feared, for you were in good hands. While you were taking your meeting with the prince, my people figured everything out. Those conspirators needed you. They wanted to get to the king with your help, and... But how can we even think on such things? It would mean the ruin of the kingdom.
We aren't wasting words, are we?
We found out where the Blackguards are hiding, and have already dispatched both our regular guard and a detachment of royal guards to that location. The conspirators' house is in the market square, at the southern gate. I suggest you hurry if you want a hand in thrashing those rascals. They must be destroyed. Immediately. If not sooner. My assistant Bardolph will provide a travel allowance to cover your first expenses. Go. The Royal Council is counting on you.
Sir Montier, what a wonderful speech. Distinguished Bardolph, you have to understand.
Yesterday you were in prison, and today you're acting in Prince Adrian's name. Take this. Your allowance from His Excellency, Royal Advisor Auguste Montier. Sir Montier wishes you the best of luck in scouring our lands of schemers and traitors.
man to be let into the Citadel.
Entrance is forbidden to anyone not on this list.
Are you from the Citadel? Where are you headed?
I beg your pardon. Who are you?
I am Gilda Crespin. My son Albert went to the Mage Factory and never returned. It was right around the time of the disaster.
I won't tread the cursed halls of the Mage Factory, contaminated with Loggy knows what, just for the sake of your son.
Oh, if only someone would hear me out. Yesterday, I was approached by some suspicious people who asked about my son. They said Albert had recently been seen near the Mage's Tower.
Perhaps it would be useful to find him. He most likely witnessed what transpired, after all.
If you see my Albert, pray tell him his dear mother is in a state of righteous outrage and demands he return home at once. That serpent Ursula bewitched him. First she compelled him to marry her, now she's lured him to the other end of the country. Oh.
Loyal subjects of the king, in the name of his royal majesty, King Claudius, sovereign of Nostria, defending our...
Wait a moment. As I recall, you were sent by Prince Adrian. Isn't that right?
That depends on what you want.
There's this delicate business, and its resolution would serve the interests of the crown. Flavius the Wisecracker is missing. He's no ordinary man, but a courtier acting as an assistant to the king, the prince, and the royal counselor Montier himself. Flavius writes their speeches, you see, and the text of their decrees. That man handles words with the agility of a juggler. The magistrates find him very useful indeed. But Flavius has been missing for 3 days now, and I need him urgently. Business of utmost royal importance, I assure you.
Gone today, here tomorrow, I'm sure. Creative people, the young ones especially, are prone to wander.
He's not particularly young. He recently mentioned he's about to begin his most significant work yet. He spoke of some inconceivable revelations. He seemed agitated as well. He was mumbling something about a swan song, a terrible truth, planning to visit some ancient ruins. I've known Flavius for a long time. Please, find him if you can and bring him back to Marsala. The magistrature will pay you for your trouble, of course.
Since he added in.
Ah, it's you. Congratulations on your release. Has common sense prevailed after all?
How exactly does that concern you?
My name is Gladrin, retired Assistant Chief Justice. The way you were treated is an outrage. To send a person to Crucis without due process. You were accused of poisoning the king, weren't you?
I'm surprised it was just about the poisoning.
Had a thorough investigation been conducted, I'm sure we would have uncovered the true assassins, and justice would have prevailed. For once.
That's a good deal.
Sir, I've never brought anyone to this place before. I want you to be the first.
Valmont, I do like you, but...
Oh, always everlasting.
Replace the crystal. You want a piece of this?
So how much is there? Will it last a week?
Excuse me, sir. Where's the refugee camp?
Refugee camp? Do I look like someone who gives a fig about such trifles?
There's no need to get angry. Such behavior isn't becoming of a city official.
As far as I know, the prince is yet to appoint someone to take charge of the refugees. Me, I'm in charge of the cisterns and that blasted aqueduct.
Didn't a dragon crash into the aqueduct about 50 years ago? What is it this time? Wyverns? Griffins?
It's old and magical to boot. Few people even understand how it works. I thought this master who studied at the mage school would fix things. But that idiot Eugene hasn't been any help at all. It's been 8 days already. The reserves are running low. The cisterns will be empty in a week. What can that lazy bum be thinking?
A fisher and a bunch of royal guardsmen? What is this?
A Centurion Prem.
I've seen these.
You've been to Upper Marcella? Pray tell, haven't you seen them?
Who? Give me the specifics fast, before I get angry.
4 green-feathered Illyrian chicks. They're hard to miss. Okay, it's a really stupid story. I promised to deliver these chicks to the royal kitchen, but my useless son dropped the chicks' cage, and now they've scattered all over Marcella.
Some back-alley beggar is bound to have eaten them by now.
How can you say that? A single one of those chicks is worth more than a warhorse. I'll pay 50 gold pieces a head for those chicks if that's what it takes to get them back. I can't afford a breach of contract with the royal kitchen. My entire business depends on it.
That's a lot of guards.
They must have caught a traitor. Heard the new joke about the savior. Worry not. Draws a sword and
What do we do now? Oh.
You, stay where you are. The way is open to Knights of the Guard only.
Counselor Montier sent me. Are you in charge of the guards?
The Guard's job is to catch pickpockets and keep the road clear of loiterers. I am a Knight of the Royal Guard. A search is underway. We received word that some traitors are holed up here. The same villains who conspired to attack the Betrayal gates. No one was found in the house or yard. I'm waiting on one more squad to report. They went to investigate the cellar. Strangely, I've had no word from them for quite a while.
Escort me to this bottomless cellar of yours at once.
Well, since the King's Counselor sent you, you may pass. My orders from the Legate of the Royal Guard, Horus, are to stay here.
Quite an interesting cellar. got a key. Now I just need to find the door it fits. Cozy study. I like it.
Let's go take a look around. What are you fiddling with?
This cursed thing won't open.
Just press harder.
Not much. Papers, notes. Come on. Come here, you bony bastard.
Perfect secret lair. I wish I had one like it myself.
I'll finish searching the house. You, gather your company and pursue Tenebras. Quickly now, before he escapes.
I go at once, Your Grace. We'll crush that bastard.
And you, guard. Did you not hear my order?
I did, dear Horus. But I don't serve you.
Tenebras. How are you here? What crooked business is this? Answer me, now!
Later, my friend, please. We are not alone.
So, you're Horus? Your timing is excellent.
The guard was busy looking for suspects. Most of all, I needed this one.
Tenebras, leader of the Dark Adepts. At your service.
Stop playing the fool, Tenebros. Who paid you off?
The Adepts did not sanction your assassination, nor accept any contracts in your name. Yes, we followed you, but to kill you? What for? I assure you, if the Adepts desired your demise, we would never have wasted our energy on such a dubious scheme.
Is that your word for it? Scheme? Your assassins slaughtered everyone at the Betrayal gates.
Not just my assassins. They were brought through to the caves by people in guard uniforms. New uniforms, delivered to guard headquarters only the day before. They entered posing as an escort, and they knew the password. The password entrusted to you and your knights, Horus, and no one else.
Enough! If you knew all that, why didn't you intervene?
Because this time, dear Horus, you are not the only one who was deceived. By the darkness, if our spies knew what was going on.
You just weren't paid enough. Cordon off the area! Leave no stone unturned! Any evidence you discover must be sent to me immediately.
You found a thing or two in the basement, yes? If you want to uncover the person behind the assassination attempt, it would be prudent to pass this evidence over to us.
What do you think of the note? Is this Farad person one of yours?
I certainly do know this jackal. He's a stain on the honor of the guard. Just this morning, I gave him leave to attend to some family matters. He was supposed to be traveling to Castle Rock. As soon as we're done here, I'll go after the miscreant and commit him to trial.
I'm afraid he's not the only miscreant in your ranks. I'll deal with this Farad of yours myself.
Yes. What you're saying is reasonable. I'll write a warrant for the arrest of Farad. Act in my name, please. But I must warn you, many of the Knights of Castle Rock swore allegiance to Farad, and not the crown. Be prepared for a melee.
Hello there! Can I have a few words with you?
As long as it really is just a few.
I can see you're a capable sort, and I bet you aren't afraid of getting in a pickle from time to time. I'm a wanderer, just like you. Gee, how rude. I forgot to introduce myself. The name's Dwayne. I'm a famous treasure hunter. Everyone's heard of me.
Famous treasure hunter, eh? Don't know the name.
That's because I'm a wanderer, as I said. I come from Mercelin. I've been plenty of places. Visiting the elves in Marion? Sailing to Port Le Grand on a Lear?
Ah, yes. A real hero's hero. But whatever could you need from my humble self?
It involves treasure, naturally. I know of a find that will make us both rich. After we fight a vicious monster for it, I mean. I discovered a cache of valuables, you see. A precious amulet and a pile of gold. But evil is a Logi, and his gifts as well. I was on my knees, gathering the gold into a sack, when a monster crawled out of the dark and took a piece out of my leg. I had to flee. I got away with my life and not much else. Now here's what I'm offering. Bring me the amulet, and I'll pay 5,000 coin for it. Quite a windfall, isn't it? Dwayne, the treasure hunter, knows where the money's at. Get me?
How come you've got so much money at your disposal if you left the gold back in those ruins?
Nothing gets by you, eh? I found a wealthy buyer for the amulet. Produce the amulet and I'll produce the money. Here, take this as a down payment. I can see you're trustworthy.
Hey, heard the new joke about the savior? It's the one. Head to toe, sword in hand, the whole bit. What do we do now?
What do we do now? Oh. I don't even know where to look.
Hey, heard the new joke about the savior of Nostria?
We've heard all the savior jokes already. Quit that cheeping. Stupid
Wait,
chicken.
is that a chick in that barrel? Hey you, townsman. What is that sound coming from that barrel? Cheap, 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 I think it is.
A green chick. They're supposed to be worth a bundle. Why do you care?
I care because a merchant named Gallon is missing a few of these rare chicks. And I've been tasked to find them.
You're working for Gallon. That pathetic excuse for a cook. Is he paying you in stew? Tell him his son insulted me. Me, Will Cutter. The pup ran full into me. If I'd have been holding a drink, I might have spilled it. I took the chick as payment for his bad manners.
You're one bold brute.
One more word, and you'll wake up face down in a ditch, dead. And no one will touch me either. You want to know why? Ask Centurion Prim, if he's got time to waste on a nobody like you.
The lower town. Both figuratively and literally.
I said give me a drink. Move it.
You hinted that you could help me find...
You didn't follow the advice we gave.
You know what I think when I look out from here?
Yes.
You know what's going on.
No. What's going on? What is there to trouble us?
I said give me a drink. Move it! Move it!
Move it doesn't buy you a drink around here.
Hey, you.
So how much is there? Will it last a week?
The rabble in this city are getting quite brazen. I barely stepped outside the palace when I was accosted by this rude fellow named Cutter. How long has it been this way?
Ever since the king was poisoned and his wise advisors and magistrates took over the country. Though he has his weaknesses, King Claudius is a very stern monarch. While he was in good health, people obeyed his every word, as if it were law, which in fact it is. Now everything is stuck. Every protocol and directive in question. The future vague.
Sure, you could place all your hopes in a good king. Or how about dealing with these problems yourself?
The last time I tried to deal with Cutter, I was almost sent to Crucis, on a charge of conspiracy to assassinate an assistant magistrate. Tweets, of course. So if you want to deal with a dog, find its master first. Do you see what I mean? But should something unfortunate happen to Cutter, none of the guards would see or hear anything about it. I certainly wouldn't shed any tears for him.
Hello.
Hey, heard the new joke about the savior of Nostria?
We've heard all the savior jokes already. Quit that cheeping, you green freak. I told...
What does everything else cost? If a single chit goes for 50 gold.
Loyal subjects of the king, in the name of his royal majesty, King Claudius.
Careful!
We replaced the crystal, but the mana's draining away. What are we doing wrong?
Tastes like chicken.
Geomancy-wise, nothing. Is it a problem with the sigils?
This is the capital of Nostria.
Damn immigrants.
And full of suffering. Signed, Count Montier. May his will be unhindered.
Oh, beauty of beauties. You've stolen my heart.
What are you doing here? Why are the floors still dirty? It's not my fault, my lady.
What do we do now?
Where's that Jackard? How much longer do I have to store this cane for him?
What cane?
I know you've no answer for me. Jackard, our master golem craftsman, ordered an iron cane from me and never returned to collect it. I understand that his leg is troubling him, but how hard can it be to get from his workshop to the marketplace? Or he could have sent Ada to fetch it. What am I to do with this thing now?
How far is this workshop? 3 days on horseback, I assume.
It's very close. Just turn right at the Marcellan wall. Here, take the cane. It's propped against the counter. You might also consider buying some golems to guard you.
Here are your chicks. The whole lot. The locals must be dim-witted. Or someone else would have caught them before I did.
Oh, my precious little chickies. My treasures. I thank you with all my heart. You saved me.
Saved you? 200 gold made it worthwhile.
Yes, you broke it again with your huge, stupid hands. Breaking it.
Get up, artisan. I have your new cane.
What am I gonna do with that? Do I look like I can carry an iron cane around all day? I've been using a special ointment to soothe my leg. I'm waiting for it to kick in right now. Get it? Kick in? Ha! That piece of iron is for the press that prints the clay tablets. The old one's broken. Be a dear. Help me with the rest. You'll see the groove from the cane right away. When the work starts up again, I'll make you golems like you've never seen.
The cane is the answer. Come on, you brainless clay statue, get to work. That cane's made of iron. It won't break or bend.
Yes! Now we can finally get to work. Our warehouse is full of blank golems because we weren't producing any command tablets.
It is precisely for the golems that I'm putting in all this effort. Are they for sale?
Of course, whether it's for spinning an elevator wheel, printing tablets, or for war. Any purpose you can think of. I told you, you'll know the correct groove if you just look for it. That's how things work around here. Here, take this tablet from our newest batch and head over to the elevator. Lita's been complaining that her golem's tablet is almost worn out.
What do you think I am? Your personal assistant?
There's something in it for you too, friend, and what if the elevator does break down? What are you gonna do? Run around the hills on foot? That would take much longer.
By the ninth element.
I wasn't expecting to find a healer mage here. Have you found the root of the trouble?
That's just the thing. I haven't. I've performed rituals. I've engaged the aspect of a mystical vision. I've summoned a lesser spirit of stone. The spirit and I sniffed every inch of ground in and around the camp. There was nothing. Not a thing. No swamp curses, no necromantic plague, no putrefying pollen. Nothing. Why are you commoners bothering the mages? His wisdom, Archmage Cathorn himself summoned me all the way from Elir. And now what? It was nothing but a waste of time.
You speak like an expert in the death element. Who are you?
I am Remedius, senior healing mage of the Royal Mage Order. Strange you've never heard of me. Whom do I have the honor of addressing?
I am Catherine, Countess of Rigor. I am presently acting as a representative of Prince Adrian, investigating the Montpatry disaster.
Well, I have something to relate to the prince's envoy. The famous writer Flavius was spotted wandering around the ruins near here, or so I was told. He's been struck by a very peculiar disease of the spirit. If I had the time, I'd search for him myself, but I do not. If you find Flavius, pray escort him to the magistrate. I will pay the sick fellow a visit as soon as I can.
I'm so hungry, I'd fight a wolf for a piece of raw meat. 1 cauldron a day.
Well, hello there. What brings you this way?
Nothing good. I need to know what happened at the mage factory. Speak, and make it quick.
And what of it? I've got nothing to tell. I was away from the mage factory that night, on personal business. I was on my way back when I saw everyone fleeing as if from a forest fire. Well, I went with them, and I got in over my head. Now they avoid me like a two-headed leper. I should have made for Floster right away and told no one I was at Montpatry.
Enough whining. Who's in charge here?
Norman's who you should talk to about this disaster of yours. He led them out, so he's the one they all listen to. The others might keep their tongues, but not that eager fool. He'll tell you everything.
Freshest bread in town. Don't be shy. Eat to your heart's content, friends. Come over here, Norman.
Hey! Why did he get such a big piece? I want some!
They're at it again. Calm down. Do you want them to keep treating us like pigs? We're still human beings. No one's taken that from us yet. Got it?
Filth and hunger, the companions of decay.
Is there something you need? I'm afraid there isn't enough stew for you and your men. I just hope it's enough for those unfortunates back at the camp.
Did you come from the capital? Finally, they've thought of us. Creator be praised. Have you brought food?
I didn't think I'd find someone smarter than a dog or a knight of the guard in here. Are you in charge?
I'm Norman, a worker from the foundry. I'm in charge here, after a fashion.
Great. Then tell me what happened at the mage factory. Keep it brief, clear, and on point.
What's this? Another interrogation? I'm not telling you anything. If you refuse to listen to me, you can go to hell.
If I wanted to interrogate you, I'd go about it in quite a different manner, I promise. Speak while I'm still in a good mood.
Forget it. Look at us. Just yesterday, the people I brought here were the Mage Factory's finest artisans. And now everyone's avoiding them like a contagious disease. They've been left to starve outside the city walls. There's an official decree against letting them in. There's no way to get through to you, is there, you bastards? And since we're getting nothing from you except beatings, you'll get nothing from us either.
All secrets have a price. What's yours, gold?
Listen, I am not a proud man, but I am troubled by this rank injustice. Help our camp. Please, talk to Mercia over there. She knows what to do, but she's having a hard time handling it all on her own. Help my people, and I'll help you. I'll tell you all I know.
Help me. Please. Why did you...
You'll get your handful of soup.
Say, do you need help fixing your house? I don't suppose you have a weepy roof, a slouching porch, a listless chimney? There's nothing I can't tighten, replace, or patch up.
Or maybe sweep, or do a little dance? No, I don't need any of that.
There's life for you. The best artisans in Nostria are stuck here with nothing to do. Hands worth their weight in gold, and nothing to show but a rumble in their stomachs. How can the king not see this?
What is it, Goof?
What should we
Didn't
do?
you get any bread? Yes? How can I help?
For starters, tell me how you're going to feed your unexpected guests. I've heard you have some ideas on the subject.
My brother has a farm over in Rickville. His name's Garrick. He's a proper farmer, hardworking and thrifty. He could help us. I can't make the journey on my own. I'm afraid to travel on the highway. There are bandits everywhere, both around here and over at the old outpost. I can see that murderous brigands don't frighten you. Give a message to my brother. That's all I ask.
That's all? There must be a catch.
Wait. Why go so far out of your way? I have a better idea.
Well, well. Cough it up, then. Perhaps I'll like your idea better.
On the journey here, we came to an understanding with a well-respected countryman. His name is Bludgeon. He promised to get us food some days ago. But Bludgeon has yet to send anything, despite living right at the bottom of the hill. If you could have a word with him and find out what's taking so long, I'll reward you. I'll find something, I promise.
What does that mean, Goof? Do you know who he is, at least?
Sure I do. He's a very respectable fella. The whole of Floster Road belongs to him.
That man is a brigand, a thief, and a murderer. He abducted my father and never gave him back. I can't believe Bludgeon would ever willingly help anybody. Goof must have been deceived. How can you consort with that sneak? He's been trying to rob us of our land for years, menacing us, threatening to burn down our house.
How does this story end, I wonder?
My father was still with us back then, and he knew Centurion Prim. They were comrades in arms once. Prim restored justice and protected us, but like a huge, ugly terrier, Bludgeon could not let it go. Just before those poor fellows came, my father went missing. He went on a trip to Marcella and never returned. But I shouldn't waste your time with my silly stories. You're so busy. Just give my message to Garrick, please.
Did you see Mercia?
Never ever forgive myself.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know I'm acting foolish. Everyone's grief-stricken, but I can't.
What's grieving you?
Same as everyone else. Was born in the mage factory. We used broken golems as toys and played hide-and-seek in the mine shafts. My mother used to read me miner's tales at bedtime. And I lost her book.
In the mage factory?
No. I definitely had it with me for most of the journey. I must have dropped it somewhere nearby. I'm so worried my mother's tales will be lost forever while I wait to regain my strength here.
Did you see Mercia handing out bread?
Servant, where could he have gone? What do you want? Directions to the old outpost? I wreck, damn that blasted thing.
No, I'm just curious why you're so grumpy.
I have good reason to curse. The brigands from the old outpost haven't let us use Rickville Road for 2 whole months. We pay them a toll which gets higher and higher every day. We complain to the town guards, but the thieves haven't shifted an inch. My brother Servan decided to go negotiate with them. He said he'd try and drive down the price, so that we simple peasants could use the road once more and bring our goods to market.
What do you know of your naive brother's fate?
Nothing. Servan is gone. Disappeared for good. He might be dead by now, who knows? I wish someone would tell me his fate before I lose my mind with grief.
Tell me, are there any wealthy knights around these parts whose retinues I might join?
Ah, Labian's
I know
Crusade.
siegecraft.
My very
I've
favorite
served
part of
both
history.
as a foot soldier and an infantry. There's one noble.
A new tablet for my golem. What a great gift. Could it be that someone helped Jackard with his precious press? High time, I say.
What do you mean, someone? I fixed it. I hope my trip was not in vain, either. Jackard assured me that with this tablet, the elevator will be functioning immediately.
Oh, he's an expert at making promises. He promised ages ago to mark which end goes into the golem. Yeah, I know it can only go 2 ways, but it never seems to work until my 3rd try.
Do you need help with that, too?
No, never mind. I'd better do it myself. Extra sturdy or not, these tablets are still quite fragile. Actually, I believe I'll wait for the current one to wear out completely, since now I have a spare.
Something's wrong with this young man.
Look, man, don't patronize me. I can do this. I just need to collect myself first and... Oh, who am I kidding? I'm a loser. A nothing. A slug.
Turmoil and excitement. What's troubling you, young man?
Damn it. I was planning to marry her and settle down, build a cozy house, have some kids, but that misbegotten goat Cleaver kidnapped my love, Marlena. He says I'm a service gang 3 more years before he'll allow me to retire.
Ah, it's reminiscent of the epic tales of the Anthes with their abducted maidens and brave heroes. What about you? Are you a hero?
I've been thinking on the problem through the night. Maybe I'll sit down in this very puddle to think more clearly.
In the stories I've read, heroes gather armies and take cities by storm. You must fight for your lady.
But you don't know, Cleaver. If I defy him, he'll gut me on the spot and feed me to the pigs. Yes, I'm gonna sit here and think on this a while longer.
Have you come for Malena? Really? When I saw her tied up, let's just say it made me keenly aware of my own captivity.
Are you a prisoner? You don't seem to be chained.
Ugh, you're as simple as Cleaver. He also thinks imprisoning someone is simply a matter of tying them up. Well, two simpletons are bound to see eye to eye. But remember, Marlena isn't the only one who's lost her freedom.
Are you going to suggest a cunning plan?
If I regain my freedom, I'll be able to do many things. For you, for me, for Marlena too. But I cannot succeed alone. I must deliver Bludgeon's rendezvous invitation. Everything has been prepared at the Bandit Sanctuary. Food, beverages, a warm velvety blanket. I warned everyone to stay away. But delivering the invitation to the only one I hold in awe and dread, I fear that is beyond me.
I think I can guess who you're talking about.
Madame de Guienne. She has a salon in Marcella. Do you know it?
A fortress for brigands. A nightmare for kings.
Have you seen? Did you want something?
I've heard you're a marksman among marksmen.
So?
I got a job for you.
Yeah? Want me to knock someone off?
That too. Snuff the official, burn the papers.
Who's the client?
Bludgeon, we need to talk.
You know me, eh? Well, I know you too. 6 months ago...
Goose sent me. I don't know what's going on between you two, but those refugees need the provisions they were promised.
Out of respect for the inmates of Crucis's celebrated prison, I'll tell you what the matter is with those refugees. I've known Goof and his gang for a long time. He asked my assistance, and we made a deal. I help you, you help me. But Goof hasn't held up his end of the bargain. Therefore, I owe him nothing.
What part of the bargain did Goof renege on?
There's a certain document currently in the possession of Sylvain, the Elder, of the Lumberjacks village downriver. All I need doing is for someone to persuade Sylvain to give it up. Then I'll provide not only a ton of food for Goof and his refugees, but add a little spice in the form of some gold as well. Unfortunately, it seems folks these days don't appreciate the trust I place in them. Maybe someone else could handle it. What do you reckon?
Where is my weapon?
Fins?
I can't wait. While you're here trading stolen goods, they're destroying our lands.
Where do we go next?
Damn if I know.
Watch it. You rumple my best suit.
Much as I loathe being anyone's errand girl, I'd do anything for the crown. Bludgeon has sent you a message.
Shh! Quiet, sweet messenger. No need to share my private joy with all and sundry. Give it to me. Oh, he's so suave. Listen to this. And then I'll throw you down in the tall grass and... Ah, it gets rather personal after that bit.
Personal, you say? You must be eager to find out if he's sincere, no?
But of course. And I will need an escort. I'll feel safer that way. And I believe you're heading in the same direction? By the by, here's my new maid, a novice sorceress. She hasn't many skills, but one of them is transporting as many as 2 people from one place to another. To be honest, it's all she's good for. Come on now, teleport us, slow coach.
Yes, milady.
You brought company. Did you think it would be boring with just the two of us?
I am but a frail lady, my dear. Suppose it wasn't you waiting for me here, but one of my numerous enemies.
As you can see, I'm here.
Before I leave you, I'd like to inquire about Bonnie's fate.
Ah, so that's who you truly care about. That girl sure knows how to choose her defenders. Tell her she's free. For now.
Have you seen the way Bonnie looks at Marlena?
I love heroes, always rushing to rescue the fair damsel.
I can't say it strained me much. And don't forget your promise to help Marlena.
My promise. De Guillen dragged you right in along with her, just as I thought. She must have suspected this wasn't a rendezvous, but a trap waiting for her. Now I have a witness to her involvement with Bludgeon. And not just any witness, but the savior of Nostria. Now Bludgeon will make it clear to her. She ought to be afraid of me.
Ugh, too many words. Do you intend to assist Marlena, yes or no?
I do have some sympathy for the girl. How foolish of her to get trapped by Cleaver. I'll have no trouble convincing that boar to let the poor girl go.
Oh, now there's a mark if ever I seen one.
Remember how I said Bludgeon would take Marlena away from you?
Well, yes, I suppose you did.
Then let me remind you. Marlena is leaving to work at the Guillen salon right now.
What prompted this change of mind? And how did you come to hear of it?
Because I arranged the whole thing, bird brain. Did you see Bludgeon leave? He went to make the arrangements with the Guillen, and those arrangements have arrived. Marlena's escort is none other than the savior of Nostria.
Yes, I have eyes, you know. So the girl is going to work in de Guillen's parlor, like Bonnie before her.
I didn't ask for the details.
I see. That Viper isn't going to share the particulars. I wonder, whatever does Bludgeon see in her? But Bludgeon's whims are none of my business. Take your girl and go.
Actually, I think she's engaged to be married.
I don't care. I simply wanted to keep Brand in my service. But now he's done with banditry altogether. That's as clear as day.
I thought I would rejoice in regaining my freedom, but all I feel is a deep sadness.
You're one complicated character. What's the matter? Have you taken a liking to Cleaver?
How rude, I'm no common slattern to love the likes of him, but I was expecting my betrothed to rescue me, not some hireling. Yet instead of Brand, and Brand says, you.
Yes, the familiar old tale had a minor revision. What now? Is the story not going to end in a wedding? That would be novel.
I can't abide the sight of that coward, and I don't want his ring anymore. Here, you can have it. Perhaps you can put it to use.
The kingdom isn't what it used to be. People are being robbed right outside the capital. There's no one here. Here's the treasure. All I need to do is find a way to unlock the bars. Someone left a lantern here. There must have been a reason. Childish riddles.
My amulet. Give it to me.
And here's the fearsome monster. I can't believe this little kid was scaring people.
I never got to grow up. Kidnapper took my brother and me. Took us away and robbed and killed us. I drove him away and hid the amulet. Now give it back!
Yeah, right. Why should I believe your story?
A robber. A big man. He grabbed us. Killed my brother and me. Don't believe me? Find him yourself. Ask around and see what you find. Give my amulet back. It was my mother's and it's mine now. It's so cold here. Cannot leave. Can't find him. Must have my revenge. The scoundrel will be punished.
Good day to you.
Likewise. I'd like to ask you about the ruins by the bridge. Have you ever been there?
No, my good fellow. I am a traveler. I'm only staying here for a couple of nights. Why would I go crawling around old ruins?
Have you maybe seen anyone else crawling around over there?
You know, I once saw a girl climbing inside, very nimbly, over some tree branches. She might know something.
A girl? What's her name?
Quite slender. A local plowman told me her name, Agla, Ava, Ada? Yes, that's it. Ada. She's from a family of clay diggers. Or was it potters? No, something to do with clay. I'd take a look to the north. There's a clay pit under the walls of Marcella. That's where they work.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
What do you need?
Please don't be afraid. Is your name Ada?
Yeah.
I've heard you're quite dexterous and inquisitive. I could really use some help from someone like you.
Yeah, that's right. What do you need? I don't raid birds' nests, mind you. But I can fetch things stuck up on a roof.
I know you've been to the ruins near the bridge many times. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary over there?
Me? No, I haven't. Not yesterday.
Please, focus. I have a certain person in mind right now, and your answer will decide their fate.
It's been so long. It was about, half a year ago. I saw a monster. A man, a scary man. He was leading 2 boys in there. I figured I'd go take a look at them. They're so cute when they're sleeping. And when I got in, I saw that man instead. He was sleeping so peacefully and holding a knife. I gasped, and he woke up and looked straight at me. I was so scared. I ran and never told anyone.
I'm glad you told me. Now let's go see Prim and Marcella. He's the captain of the guards. He'll help deal with that miscreant.
The captain of the guards? Do I have to talk to Prim in person? All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
The cane is the answer. You bring this place that you get the word. That cane's me to mind. You won't break it down.
new recruits, huh? Where are you from?
Yes? What do you want?
We have come to,
Centurion, this girl Ada was witness to an act of great evil. Tell him all about it, child.
I was walking down the road, past the bridge, and I saw some blackberries. Really ripe ones. I was sitting behind a blackberry bush, having a nibble, when I saw a man on the road. He had 2 boys with him. I could see they'd been crying. One was clutching a piece of jewelry in his hand. They were both fair-haired, with a touch of red. The man had dark hair. He was dragging them towards the ruins. I waited in the bush until they had passed, and then went home. But what I'd seen gave me a bad feeling, so I decided to return to the ruins that night and see what was inside. And what I saw...
Right.
Huh. What did...
I saw the black-haired man asleep, using a bundle of children's clothing as a pillow, with a knife in his hand. There was no sign of the boys. He woke up and gave me such a terrible look, I nearly fell down. I ran for my life. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not some tramp, you know. I'm apprenticed to Jackard, the master golem maker. He'll vouch for me.
What man is this, I wonder? Sulking Sven? Owl the Atrocious? Cutter?
No, not Cutter. He calls himself Dwayne the Treasure Hunter. I saw him in Market Square.
Ah, Dwayne. He really is famous and quite a nasty character. I have a grudge against him, and I'm not alone. The man swindled several people, but he's wily as hell. I've never had enough evidence to collar him. But now I'm going to arrest him at last. Thank you both. You've been very helpful. I'll send a guardsman over to Jackard when the case goes to trial and witnesses are called. For now, you may go.
The new recruits, huh? Where are you from? What are you doing in my beloved guard?
I'm from Rickville.
I'm so hungry, I'd fight a wolf.
It's so cold here. Cannot leave. The amulet. My mother's...
Yes, I brought the amulet.
Thank you. Has the thief been punished?
He's in prison by now, waiting for his execution. Are you satisfied?
I can sense it. He's scared. He is suffering. Good. There's nothing for me to guard anymore. I'll come with you.
Really? Well, keeping company with the dead will surely make immortality more interesting. A skeleton. Another skeleton.
Summon my eagles.
What about summoning some pigeons? Please, kind stranger, wait! We are travelers in trouble.
Drop the kind stranger talk and I'll consider it. What do you want?
We were attacked there, at the old outpost. Those dastardly brigands took all we had. Teach them a lesson, will you? I'll stake my head there's only a few. A dozen at most. They'll likely scatter as soon as they lay eyes on you.
A dozen at most. They're not a man short of an army. This outpost is a tough nut to crack, my friends. I doubt you can take them single-handedly. You'll need my help.
You're blowing everything out of proportion, witch. Don't you listen to her. Sort out those robbers at the old outpost and you'll see how generous I am. With gold, in case I wasn't being plain. And aside from the reward, I'll sing your praises to whoever will listen. Everyone will know who came to my aid.
He's hastening you along because he's in a rush to get his possessions back. He's in a big hurry. I know a ritual to summon mighty eagles. Help me complete the rite, and I'll help you take the outpost without spilling too much blood.
Attack now! It's as simple as that.
We must summon my eagles.
What about summoning some pigeons? They're about to escape with all our goods.
How are we going to summon the eagles? And why?
Robbers and murderers have taken the outpost, and plenty of archers among them as well. If I summon the birds, they'll assist us in the fight. Although, I haven't tried summoning anything yet. But my mentor is Belinda, the most skilled witch in all Ruin. I know all the incantations up and down. Now, how exactly did it go again? At the hour of noon, seek a rattleberry bush and pick its fruit. Take the feather of a wonder bird, lord of all bird kind, and lay it upon the altar, then chant the words of power.
Simple enough. Which is to be expected, since you're still an apprentice.
Now help me summon the eagles. We'll punish the brigands together, and I'll reward you afterwards.
Well, well. No tricks. What about freezing time? Where's the dragon?
That's not important right now. Have a look around.
What is it then? More of your sorcery?
If only it was sorcery. Magic uses mana, the elements. This, however, this is the void, the blight. Our world is thinning.
Is that so? What next then?
I will open the entrance. The souls of ancient warriors are already doing battle against the void. You shall lead them.
You want me to fight against the Blight? But how?
The great warriors of the past are still alive in the memory of the world. They left a great mark in its history. I can summon them in the astral plane, and you will give them life and lead them into battle.
The great warriors of the past? Who exactly?
The subterranean king, Demir. He's mobilizing dwarven regiments against the Blight in another dimension. Once he moved to the south of Nostria, and now he protects the kingdom. Go and you will see. Victory is yours. The Blight takes a step back.
It seemed to me that someone else was fighting. But it was me.
The heroes of the past are alive in the people's memory, which means they are also alive in the astral world. Their power will help you more than once. We cured one of the boils here, but the others must be removed as well, to give this world a chance.